Yeah, I mean, this game it works really well as well. Like playing against right now, they have no kind of way to stun like when he spins TPs. So I'm expecting perhaps a BKB piercing stun from Pepegas because like when you play against a hero like Juggler, he can really delay the game by kind of split pushing because if he's like completely free, like you can never catch him with a spin TP. So I mean the problem is that Beastmaster's taken, Winter Wyvern taken, both of those heroes that are great because of the BKB piercing. There's not really a lot else. Obviously there's like Enigma, there's Legion as well, which they might pick up again because of the strength it is against Juggernaut. Perhaps Axe as well. So he wants to go down that route, but I think they definitely need some kind of BKB piercing presence. Otherwise, this Juggernaut could be a pain in the head to deal with.
Yeah, so on the list of what they're thinking about, they want to go with. I was taking a look at the stats there because again today, especially so far, it's felt like Juggernaut hasn't really been maybe the greatest, and it's kind of a mid tier as far as the overall and all the, this again is all the region so far. But 17 times he's been picked, and it's only 35% win percentage. So
pretty weak actually.
On the lower end there, yeah.
I think it's because a lot of carries like playing. Like, I mean, when you play Juggernaut, you like have quite a good time. It's quite easy, quite relaxed. Like, it has good like ability to sort of split push quite safely. But I think the hero in itself isn't that strong really. Like right now, like we saw in the last game, they just seem to offer so much more. Like unless you pair Juggernaut with Magnus, it seems a weak hero, and I guess the stats show that as well.
Now, this is the other side of the spectrum, and this is a hero that has actually stood out to me looking at these stats. So he's been seen 20 times, and he has 70% win percentage. So
wow,
obviously feeling pretty good about this pick.
Yeah, like that level 1 like Curse of Avernus, like with his passive, like it's been buffed so many times now that it kind of the trend. Like normally, like I struggle buff something until it gets picked, and then when it gets picked, it seems like really really strong, which we're seeing. I mean, in such a different role as well. Like before, it was obviously just presence, abandoning the support role, like from the mist core, but now his presence in the lane with that attack speed and silence can have a big impact. So they need a carry to kind of pair this together, though. I'm just like that. I think they feel like they're kind of lacking stun. Really. Some kind of carry that has some extra lockdown right now. I feel like because otherwise you just have Conker and Jakiro, which are both. I mean, Jakiro especially not very reliable.
Always Wraith King comes to mind of
yeah.
that.
I mean, Void would have been really nice, but it was banned last banning phase. So
I thought about that too. But yeah, it's certainly a good ban.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really any carry either that can deal with Jug. There's no BKB piercing, but it's the Wraith King. They needed a stun. They needed another piece of lockdown, and it's pretty good laning phase. So makes sense.
All right, yeah, they go the Wraith King. So
is a hero that can soak the Primal Roar and the Juggernaut ulti as well. So. I mean, again, like we saw in the previous series like these 3 cores very hard to deal with, and again we're seeing the same. Like Abaddon, very difficult to kill. Wraith King has 2 lives. Conqueror is very tanky, obviously with the boat as well. Like these heroes seem so difficult to really bring down that you're almost thinking like normally when you facing it like a team that are very tanky, very strong and very beefy in the team fights. You want to just like pick heroes that are very mobile that can really abuse their ability to not really get across the map. Like you're thinking about Conquer, you think about Baddon and Wraith King. They're not the most mobile of heroes really. Like so, I mean, it's very very unconventional. But heroes like Anti-Mage and stuff could really benefit. But they go Jug and Slark actually. Yeah. Interesting. I like it though. I really like it. It's because we mentioned like these beefy heroes, and Slark is someone that can kind of take advantage of that as well. He's very, very mobile, very difficult to kill, and because they only have a lot of single target with with a Wraith King or with a Conquer, like he can be a real threat this game. And not only that, but he's going to lane very well against Conquer actually 1v1. So I feel like Team Plus needed some kind of X factor, and I think that Slark pick is definitely that actually. I really like the draft. Whether it'll work or not is a different question, but I definitely like they've picked something different this game.
So yeah, it sounds like you really just like this, if anything, for the lane matchup against Kunkka. Okay.
Yeah, and also it's very mobile as well. Like something like abuse the kind of the lack of mobility from the 3 strength. Like we saw it in the last series, kind of beat them head up, but Slark the ability to kind of poke in, poke out, really kind of force cooldowns, for example. I think that could work. almost use their tankiness against them as well, because it's stealing their stats over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I really do.
It is good. It's for the on the other side of the argument. We talk about Wraith King is great against these longer cooldown heroes, but a hero like Slark, he's all about, the longer the fight lasts, the more he's going to be powerful because of the essence shift. So yeah, he comes back up, starts hitting him again. So another reason why it certainly makes sense on paper at least. So a bit of a unique finish.
It's definitely unconventional. Like, you wouldn't expect Jug and Slark to be in the same matchup, but I mean, Slark's gonna go mid this game, and I have seen a few Slark mid. Like, it is very greedy. You can get away with it. I think it works so well because the hero can kind of play as a kind of bit of a playmaker. Like, he's very mobile anyway. Obviously, works so well because of his Shadow Dance gives him an extra movement speed, so he can be all over the map. And if he can have a good start, which I think he will in the lane, if he gets a few kills here and there, I think honestly, Sunny Boy is the one to watch this game.
Oh, here we go. Loading into the game. This time I actually made it, so go me. It's going to be fighting Pepegas on the Dire side once again, as well as Team Plus on the Radiant. So sticking to the same sides. As that's 4 heroes, all 5 actually are heading towards the bottom right now for Team Plus. But as I say that, you got Beastmaster breaking away. And he's going to go top instead. But we'll see if they can find a early kill potentially. They'll do plenty of tipping. I love this cosmetic from Abaddon, by the way. What the hell is he riding?
Oh yeah. He has like different, has gangly bits at the front as well.
It's like those aren't even feet. Yeah, it's just 2 poles that he just happens to be walking with. It's an awkward. Yeah, I don't know if I said I like it. I actually don't know if I like it anymore. It's just unique, I guess. Now that I'm really looking at it, it's kind of weird.
Sight for sore eyes. I kind of like the face though. It's like got a kind of like a Japanese vibe to it. It's pretty cool.
The mask there, yeah. He's
starting with Orb of Venom as well, actually. Really interesting. Oh, nice toss back, actually. I think he's going to die.
He is very likely dead. A Phonic Shield goes off immediately. He's dead. And there's the auto attack.
Really nice, and yeah, wasn't able to get an essence shift, unfortunately, for the Slark. That would have been nice, but wasn't in range, unfortunately. But really nice toss, actually, from Sonic. Nice first blood. And that's kind of what you want to be doing, though. When you start with Boots first Tawny, you don't have much presence in the lane, but these kind of kills, tossing back to tower, are pretty huge. Oh, interesting, actually. Like, we talked about how I think the Slark's going to do very well against the Kunkka, but as a result, Pepegas are going to try and respond, actually, with Aoi starting in mid. It's going to be a dual lane mid, and most likely against Slark, although he is moving away, which completely defeats the purpose I was talking about.
Yeah, I wonder if that was more of a just seeing how the other lanes are shaping up and then go to the appropriate lane. And apparently in this case, it's to the top lane, realizing that they are sending 2 up here, so going to spot Beastmaster hiding. And Jenkins will have to respect that. He's still got Tiny hanging up here, but we're going to see him too. And so it turns into a trial lane.
Oh, toss.
Yeah. He's got a decay.
No slow though. If he had Boar up, honestly, from Jenkins, but it looked like he wasn't really expecting that though. He looked like he was using the Hawk try and block. But Aoi is pretty low though. He got tossed in 2 seconds actually, but
he's going in.
Fine, actually. Yeah.
I'm trying to make a play, but not able to do though in the end. But good aggressive play coming out. So yeah, back to this middle lane matchup though. It is the true 1 versus 1. Right now, early on at least, it is Bryle looking good. 7-1 against a 5-1 Slark. But perhaps expect that to become more even, or even slightly Slark favored as the levels add up.
Yeah, I definitely think that. The one difference though is that I think that when Green gonna cleave the wave and push this lane out as quick as possible, he doesn't want to be facing this Slark because Slark will beat him. He's going to steal his stacks over and over again. So for Kunkka here, he wants to try and push the wave out as much as possible, so he doesn't have to fight the Slark. And when he gets level 5, when he gets 3 points in Tidebringer, it's going to be difficult for really Slark to get those stacks up, to be honest.
See, they're doing some side pulling up at the top lane. Support's trying to deal with this Beastmaster, attempting to get a little bit of farm. I don't know if he's even attempting to stack it right there or not, but either way, they're involved with one another. But Wraith King, Eternal Envy, similar to last game, he's just having free farm. Maybe a little more contested this time around, but so far it's pretty free. Double damage picked up by Kunkka, meanwhile. Comes back mid.
I like the little play with the Tony as well. If you see over in the little they've tossed 3 range creeps actually to the high ground. Something that we saw OG do, I think, last TI.
Yep.
The kind of the impact of how much range creeps give. So it's a small thing, but it will add up actually. And obviously not only that, but bring lane control back. And seeing as they're against the tri lane, these little small things add up. And seeing as Jenkins looks to just be jungling now, it's a nice little play from Sonic.
It's just so funny how these abusing these lane mechanics and stuff. It's over time they constantly get like patched or changed, you know, fixed even you could say. But the players just always find different ways to abuse it.
There's always something else. Yeah.
That's what we see there. So it's allowed if you can do it. Obviously, you know, having the Beastmaster, of course, allows him to do that.
Yeah. And with that, like Jakiro ends up going bot because there's no point in him to be top. There's no need to try lane if they've lost lane control. So he ends up going bot. But I mean, to be honest, like Moon did pretty well down here. Like he was 1v2 for of this game, and he's like 13-2. Pretty much the same on par with the Beastmaster, but you have to remember that Beastmaster has been jungling a lot of his CS, like level 2 versus nearly level 4 on Abaddon, so Moon's done a lot better because of it.
Yeah, got killed off the bat, but by the time the lane was ready, he was already back in it, so that aspect.
I mean, early deaths don't mean that much, to be honest, because he can still come back to be like full gold, everything, and full HP and full mana, so...
Yeah, it's more the benefit for the other side that it gives than
exactly
the downside there. Oh, so Slark's in the jungle quite a bit. As mentioned, he's going to go pick up the Invis rune. We'll be seen doing so, so he's not going to be sneaky with this. Don't really try. He just heads back mid, so nope, not going to go for a play.
Yeah, he's too slow really to try and rotate bot. He doesn't have boots. If he had boots, maybe, and maybe perhaps helping out with some movement speed, but before that he just wants to sit mid, and as you see, Conker doesn't want to be in this lane really. Push that wave. That's what we expected at level 5, because Slark would beat him one-on-one, so just wants to push out the wave as fast as possible.
Sonic is having fun over here. I've been watching him. He actually even dropping his boots on the ground in front of Aoi, and he's just toying with him. He denies his Beastmaster's Hawk as well as Undying was about to kill it, so he's having fun, like I said. He's got about 5 seconds before the bounty runes are going to happen, and he might get these.
He's got stun.
Yeah, there's a stun. Pick it up, run. That's good.
Oh, that's 4.
Whoa.
4 bounty runes actually. The start of Radiant there. Jug ends up rotating and gets him, and definitely worthwhile, I think.
Yeah, that's huge for Team Plus. All 4 bounty runes. It's not often you see that, especially at the earlier ones.
And this... Actually, Wyvern might be in trouble. Actually, he's going to get silenced. Can't do much about it. He's dead. Nice play from the Moon. You're seeing this specking into Curse of Verdance is doing a lot of work, actually.
Well, he also mentioned the early Orb of Venom pickup that he did.
Yeah. I like
there.
him, man. Yeah, very aggressive. Rotation from Aoi, actually. He's just trying to...
Radiant structures are
You're seeing a lot more teams now try and defend their 5-minute mark. Like this decision. You see he's tanking a bit of the tower hits before the creep wave, but Sammy Boy, look at this, drawing the creep wave away. This is some smart play, man, and as a result, the catapult is going to die, and I think Sammy Boy is going to be fine, actually. So, and then here comes Aoi, like, tries to tank it, but the catapult does die in the end, so really nice play from both of them, actually, to help.
Good mining games going on. Top lane, Wraith King getting cut down, but it is going to survive. In fact, set up a turn kill now. The rip from Aoi, and Eternal Envy goes in with Wraithfire Blast, secures the kill on him, so... That was Team Plus thinking that they had the kill on Wraith King. It gets turned though, and yeah, you see them pinging up here. Gonna cleave it, use a torrent, and try to get the last one. He gets it. So Brian will get some free farm out of that. The range creeps were up there on the cliff. Make it a 2-1 hero kill start though for fighting Pepegas. As Sonic's gonna run in, toss back, catches Kunkka. Slark's not necessarily doing the most damage right now. He's going to dark back out, misses the pounce though.
Huge!
That is big.
That literally saved his life, mate. Quick sidestep, actually. If he lands that, I mean, Juggernaut was coming in as well with a spin. He was definitely dead, so really nice sidestep from Bravo.
Yeah, so I was going to say, I called it a miss, but you think that was just more of a juke?
No, it's a great sidestep. Yeah, no, it's a great juke.
All right. By the way, I don't know, I think, anyways, you keep cutting out occasionally on Discord, so I don't know, maybe turn the mic threshold up a little bit.
Okay.
I assume you're using voice activation.
I am, yes, I am.
Just to make sure, want to hear that great analysis in full.
Don't be sarcastic now, Brikey, come on now.
All right, well, kind of good analysis and full there.
Yeah, but
A nice kill there on the ward from Jakiro. Gets plus 75 gold for taking out the heal ward in the mid lane. But Sammy Boy's now in the safe lane, so yeah, they're swapping it up a little bit. With Slark down here, you got Juggernaut taking over the mid for the time being.
yeah, it makes sense. I mean, Conker wasn't really showing a lot in mid lane. Spot, he can really do a lot of work against these double melees, actually. Like, Abaddon's going to struggle to get C as a result, just because he can steal so many stats. And with Wyvern down here as well, actually, Moon needs to be kind of careful. Although Undying is Conker's TP bottom as well, actually, so there might be some engagement. Tiny's coming in as well, actually.
We're definitely having a fight down here. It's a matter of who's going to come out on top. Sonic is chilling. Any other TPs coming in yet? No, just Slark and Wyvern for now, so maybe not.
He might try and toss someone into tower, actually, but he doesn't want to toss Abaddon. It has to be either Conker, but Conker's going in.
Well, it's like, all right, Conker's just going to go, so guess make it easier on them. But yeah, I just don't know if they have the damage on the Radiant side to...
I think he wants Owie. Owie's half HP. He wants to toss Owie. He's going to wait for him. He's going to toss him now.
There you go. There's a toss on top of the Dark Pact. It comes out, and the easy kill. There's that coordination. So good patience from Sonic there, and they could get more. The pounce hits. Phonic Shield comes up. Sammy Boy is going to pop a Shadow Dance to run away. Now goes on a Moon Meander.
21 stacks, man. Like, this early on is huge, man. Moon doesn't have ulti, actually.
Well,
he hasn't
he's
spaced
holding
yet.
it.
He does have it. Yeah.
He's sitting on the
Doesn't need to use it,
point, so if he needs it, he'll level it.
Yeah.
But he's going to hold it, so it's a pretty efficient play because, of course, this means now he can save it. Not have to waste the cooldown.
Yeah, for sure.
Stays alive. Top lane.
Jenkins might be dead, actually. Like, there's a stun, actually, from Snaking. He knows he's not left. Now, this is him, actually.
He's out.
He's still here, though. Can Envy get a stun? He's
No.
Nice.
Too far away. Eternal Envy does have the early hand of Midas. No surprise there.
Mm-hmm.
On the Wraith King.
I expect Radiance this game, especially because he's playing against Beastmaster, so I expect the same as last game, or the last series we saw. Makes sense.
Radiant are scanning.
So yeah, Abaddon, he's still holding that point, but intrigued to see what kind of build he goes for as well. Again, we saw the offlane Abaddon earlier as the previous series with the early Vlads. Nothing queued up just yet, but they're fighting over a 10-minute bounty rune over here. Sonic was able to bottle it, though, and he's going to go grab his own, too. Sammy Boy taking some good damage in the process, but he's in the Dark Pact and run. He'll be fine, and, well, I guess there's the answer. He got drums on Abaddon.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he just wants to try and utilize this kind of, like, he's maxing. Anything that really helps. Any kind of chasing potential can do a lot of work this game, actually. We'll probably see like a Vlad's or a Solar Crest as well coming up after that, probably.
Top lane, Beastmaster, combo on him. Jenkins didn't stand a chance. Level 4 Tidebringer coming in to connect to finish the job, and good coordination between the Wraith Fire Blast and Torrent setup. Secure that kill. Back to the bottom lane, Godz. Maybe run down that Curse of Avernus. You just see it get maxed out, and it just.
What? Slug. Oh.
That's one of those. You need the wah wah wah.
Yeah, that was not on purpose. Oh, nice toss actually onto Jakiro with Owie. He's tanky though.
Jeez, yeah, he's tanking an Omni Slash. He is gonna die though. Good creep block coming into play. So Yamsun does get the last laugh there in that exchange at least, but yeah, bottom lane there's Slark going down. And now Moon Meander pushing the tower, although there is a response. That's a TP from Slark. He does have borrow time's actually 10-second cooldown. So he's gonna drop. He misses the pounce though again. Oh no.
There's Owie in 4 seconds as well. I think he's gonna be.
Oh no, they're gonna curse him up. They want this. There's the borrowed time. He's gonna shadow dance even. Jesus.
They want this kill. They got pounce in 2 seconds. As long as he doesn't miss it.
Got it.
Yeah, he's got him.
Stick. Can he deny? Oh, he doesn't even have mist coil, but no, he's fine. Yeah, he's gonna keep running.
How deep are they going for this?
Sammy Boy, it's not worth it, bro.
Man, that drums, man, is making him fast. And in the meantime, Jenkins dies as well. That on top.
Wow, he was really deep. Yeah, where Beastmaster died. Who did he die to? He died to, looks like to Bryle. So found him pretty deep over there. I'm sure X everything coming into play, but 2,700 gold saved on Kunkka. So Kunkka's sitting here. He's probably thinking of what he wants to go for.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's sort of debating whether to go, well,
Okay.
earn or not, but he does. I mean, it's kind of seems to be the common pickup, really. It is pretty decent against Wyvern as well, stops the kind of the healing aspect. But I mean, it's just, like, I mean, it's kind of like the whole kind of the Invoker. You know, like, you want to be playing very aggressive, so having the charges,
Bottom tower is
seeing
under
as he's
attack.
quite tanky already, plus obviously the vitality boost, he's like a very big tanky mess. So
Radiant's bottom
it's
tower
it's
has
common,
fallen.
I guess, for
Sure.
that.
Bottom tower, free push. Finding Pepegas, no one stopping them down there. They get the easy tower kill. And Bryle will continue to go. He's almost got the Spirit Vessel not finishing full. And of course, the more time they spend pushing out lanes, the more time Eternal Levy just free farms elsewhere. He's got the Midas, 2,000 gold saved up. That Radiance well online to looking good. As top lane back up here, definitely a fight. Yamsun, he doesn't have Omni Slash yet. There's TPs. This is an ambitious dive coming out just for
So
Jakiro.
tanky, man. So tanky.
Yeah, they're going to lose Beastmaster. Obviously, Juggernaut was out of there.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
it seemed like, again, kind of a desperate play. I mean, if no TPs happen,
Radiant's
sure,
middle
but
tower has
you almost
fallen.
got to expect that. Yeah, how is he so tanky? He has brown boots and a fused rain drop.
Yeah, it's just Shakira, man. This is why I think sort of laners, because he's so tanky, and then in the meantime, Moonman just runs down gods as well.
God Z, come on, that's got to be clear
sorry,
here.
sorry, it's not actually gods playing. I mean, you wouldn't expect him to play. I mean, no flame.
He's busy casting. I got the chance to actually meet God Z, the player, here in person. He was at the WESG qualifiers last year.
Oh,
He's representing the Canada, I believe he's
cool.
from. So he was a good guy. Definitely got a chance to talk with him, and cool to see him here representing with Team Plus. But finding themselves behind, of course, down 1-0, and it's looking like a struggle here in game number 2 as well. As, I mean, Yamsum, he's got his drums, but I think the Slark, it kind of goes back to you picked up this hero to maybe dominate the mid lane, which didn't even really happen. Now he's an underfarmed Slark, it feels like, so it feels a little awkward now. Got to come back somehow, I suppose, but they don't have that big wombo combo that they can rely on either like they did last game, so it is a bit of a struggle. But that's going to be 2 bounty runes, at least for them. Yeah, make it 3. So they got the 4 earlier, if I'm not mistaken. So bounty runes are actually doing a pretty good job.
I mean, Snaky might be in trouble, but we realize how tanky he is. But Tiny is here as well. TP coming in.
Oh, I thought he was actually going to live, but it might come at a cost. It's definitely Tiny dead.
Yeah, top lane as well, actually.
Oh, yeah, up here, Rip coming down on Wraith King. He still has Reincarnate even. Now comes the Curse on Undying, so Wyvern is trying to live a little bit longer, but Bryle with the Tidebringer will finish him. So they make it a 2-for-1 in the big picture. Yeah, I'm really liking this core of Adden. It does feel pretty good. The whole Curse of Avernus is strong.
He's just running people down. Like, who needs stuns when you just slow people? You know, you run. Oh, it's doing the job for sure.
Yeah, I mentioned with the stats there. It's 20 times he's been picked. He's up there, I want to say, like top 15 picked heroes and 70% win percentage. So whether he's core support.
When you start repping numbers like that, like you, in terms of bans or very early picks, which we'll see in this game for sure.
Juggernaut, he's spinning away for now. Avoids the ice path, but he cannot avoid the X. Just gonna run in circles. It's kind of what you do when you're X'd up sometimes. You realize, well, I'll just make a little fancy circle here, but you're gonna get pulled back in and killed anyway. Slark, don't tell me they're gonna catch him too. No, he's a little too fast. He's got his drums now as well, so Slark keeping going the drums. He's got speed. He's running at nearly 500 move speed.
Yeah, I mean, he's going for Diffuser as well, actually.
Oh, man. These pounces.
I think Aoi's still going to die, I think, but it might cost him, though, as you said.
Yeah, Jenkins. He's going to be saved initially, but the toss in from Sonic trying to even kind of go for a combo turn here, and it's not going to work, or is it? Sammy Boy tries to kill Snakey and gets caught in the ice path, however, and now he might be in trouble. Does have the Dark back to help things out. Going to be X back in, though. Torrent hits. One more hit from the Curse of Avernus. He gets it off, but the Omni Slash bounces over, finishes off Snake King, who buys back immediately, by the way. Kunkka's also dead, though, and so is Moomiander. So the long fight works out for Team Plus, as you'd figure for a Slark team.
Yeah, wasted buyback as well from the Jakiro. So, yeah, really nice fight actually. And you just said it's the Slark, man. He had 35 essence chips, man. 30. Like he was hitting for like nearly 230 a hit. It was absolutely huge this early on. So, and he's working towards the Fusel as well. And this is what I was saying. I really wanted Sammy Boy to kind of take off this game. If they were to do well, it was because of this Slark. And in that team fight especially, it's working out. But when he picks up the Fusel, which he's just got now, this is the time where they can really kind of punish the enemy cores from Pepegas, because we mentioned about how they're very tanky or whatever, but tanky cores normally always have issues with mana, particularly Wraith King, obviously. Before level 20, when he gets that no reincarnation mana cost, this Slark can honestly kill this Wraith King solo. So if we get another good team fight, which they might have, Slark's TPing in, there is smoke actually. Blink on the Tiny as well.
Yeah, well, Tiny didn't think about Kunkka being here. He's not going to get hit by this ship. I think that was just the Ice Path that actually hit him. So a little bit late on the X pullback, but it is still enough for the kill onto the Tiny. And you see Snake King, he's more than fine. Yamsum will just TP out with a spin. Godzi also goes down, though, and they ping Roshan immediately. The fight in Pepegas. Now, Sammy Boy's in the area. But without Wyvern, it does feel like a pretty difficult defense here. He is up in 17 seconds.
Yeah, they might try and poke, just try and scare Pepegas. But they're not showing just yet. He's dying quickly. They have no vision in the pit right now. They need to try and check it.
No, he's not dying fast enough, apparently. Spin in. They catch Sammy Boy, but he dark back immediately. That spin is doing some good damage. Wyvern's up. So, yeah, this is not going to be a free Roshan. Torrent, it hits on Juggernaut. Then be stunned, follow up. Tiny trying to help him save and get a Cold Embrace coming out. Now he's getting low, by the way, as there's a curse on a Batten, so he's going to be healed to full thanks to that. Trying to stall things out, though, but Jakiro's out for 70. He's dead, and so is Aoi. Well. Jenkins, can he get out? He's TP, not in time, though. He finally goes down, but down here, Eternal Levy's battling with the Yamsum. Gets a crit, but Yamsum will spin away. The pullback on a Slark. He darkbacks right after, though. Good timing. And now here comes the Omni Slash acting from Juggernaut. That's going to be a lot of damage to Batten. He denies himself, but he's out of the fight. Diffusal slow on Kunkka. The tree throw on Eternal Envy's not going to be enough damage, but down goes Kunkka and Team Plus. They're going to steal Roshan from them now.
That Diffusal Blade, man, that Slark, all on Sammy Boy this game, and he played perfectly that team fight there. He kind of was poked in and out, ended up killing the Jakiro and undying by himself whilst they were going on the beast. And easily they turn it around, and now this game is turned on its head, man. Aegis now on the Slark, like this game is all actually in Envy. He might be in trouble actually. They have Diffusal Blade. They might be able to catch him here.
He will reincarnate. He's not going to be able to burn enough mana.
Yeah, they won't. But I mean, there's no way. I think he dies twice though, because
True.
Undying is bot and everyone else is dead, and Undying doesn't have a TP. So I'm pretty sure he's dead twice actually. Greedy Envy, he's going to pay the price actually. So I mean, I called him, man. Like this Slark had to go out of control, and he's doing this now. Somebody's played. I've never seen his Slark before, but he's playing really, really well actually. Well, he didn't have the greatest kind of early game, but right now he's kind of coming back with the way he's team fighting and the way he's playing with the Diffusal Blade, especially.
And, I was gonna bring that up earlier. But we'll see what happens right here.
Can they catch him? Yes.
There's a slow. He is for sure dead at least once, likely a second time. There's nobody coming in. That should be the kill on Eternal Envy. More essence shift for Slark. He even pops a Shadow Dance in his face as well. So
go. 7K to 3K.
Sammy Boy's now unstoppable.
And he's nearly the top net worth as well, actually. He's going to go for a BKB, actually. I think that's the safe play. I was wondering whether he was going to go Blink or maybe a Shadow Blade to try and keep the kind of snowball going. But really, it's the team fights that are really like maybe make or breaking them kind of thing. And I think the BKB allows him to go as hard as he wants in the team fights. Doesn't have to worry about stuns from Wraith King, Kunkka, or Jakiro. He can really go in, and now they know when they took Roche.
Yeah.
2015. So
Godzi just making
really
sure
nice
everyone knows.
Yeah, so. Even the casters. Really nice. Thank you. Thank you.
I was gonna so again, going back to Slark though. I know we've been giving him a little crap because some of these pounces have been a little iffy at points, but so that was going to bring up my point earlier of I wonder how much experience he has on Slark. It's not your typical mid-hero, so if it's just a hero he doesn't play a lot, and pounds can be a bit more difficult than your average stun to land.
For sure.
Especially if you're not playing the most, but whatever the case, obviously that's almost not matter now as he's certainly made it work, and the longevity of these fights is where his strength is. And that's proven
For sure.
to be...
There is ways to play around the Slark though now. They picked up the word. Pretty much Slark's worst enemy. He can't purge it even with the Dark Pact, so that's gonna give a lot of respite for Pepegas now that that halberd is gonna be always and only onto the Slark, which will kind of delay him a lot in that respect. But there is a smoke up actually from fighting Pepegas, and they're fighting into Aegis. Really. To me, it's surprising, but if they can catch perhaps the tiny mid, could work out.
Well, they're in the area, but no, Tiny's now running back in. Yamsum, he's the only one showing in the lane right now. As Tiny peeks out. Double damage on Kunkka. It's a little bit scary, I'm sure, but...
He's coming, though.
Yeah, Slark's coming in the flank, isn't he? The Macapar as well as the Ice Path put down, but Slark, he gets healed up.
Nice heals.
So he's going to be stopped there. Darkback, he turns his attention over to the A-Bomb Undying. Sammy Boy is getting low. He does have an Aegis, though. Pops Shadow Dance as well. The Winter's Curse on Moon Meander, but eventually wears off. Winter Wyvern going to save himself with the Clone Embrace. There's that bounce around with the Omni Slash, though. And again with the Maelstrom, so much damage. Lightning procs Undying is dead, but Sammy Boy is picked off. So far, it's a 1-for-1. Aegis going to be burnt. Can they save him? You got Jenkins to the side, going to throw out the Wild Axis. No Shadow Dance on Slark. He needs to pounce. He can't.
They ditched him, man. Like,
they did.
I don't know if that was the play, really. Like, there was no... the only person that was dead there was Wyvern. They kind of just left the Slark. Didn't want to fight it, and as a result, they both die instead, really. I have to disagree with that decision, honestly. Like, they wanted to take the team fight. They had, like, Slark with Roshan, and now Tiny might be in trouble as well, actually. Pretty sure he's going to get caught out. Like, I feel like if you're going to go for the team fight, you have to go all in. Like, instead of, I felt like they were a bit kind of scared. When Slark died once, they didn't feel, ready to try and take another team fight. And as a result, they kind of all died because of it. I feel like they should have just manned up and went for it. There was no big ultimates used. Like, the Conqueror had already used Ghost Ship. And they only were losing Wyvern, and they weren't comfortable in fighting anymore.
Well, in hindsight, too, you look at a couple other aspects there. It's the Mjolnir wasn't finished yet on Juggernaut, I'm pretty sure, as they find God Z. And he just got it now. And then Slark also just bought his BKB as he died there. So you got to wonder how different that would have been if he had that into the fight. But either way, did not. Has it now, though.
I mean, Jug's still pushing bot, actually. They're going to need to try and come back for this, actually. There is a TP from Jakiro, but I don't think Jug needs to be scared that much about Jakiro, to be honest. He's going to stay.
He's okay. Well, he's going to take some good damage here now. He needs to spin.
Maybe he does, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe he does need to worry.
Meanwhile, back over here, the curse catches Kunkka. Juggernaut just died? He actually died.
He was a long TP. He was TP into the shrine.
Sammy Boy, by the way, BKB is killing the Tombstone over here. They kill Wyvern, but I just thought he was for sure out of there.
God. I thought as well, but he was TP into the... And it was a long TP. It was like a 5-second TP.
Oh, no.
And he TP into vision and into tower range as well. And Jakiro just killed him. Oh my god.
Well, that's a toss play, but Owie, he's just going to pop A-Bomb and walk to the ledge. Teammates will back him up. Sonic, he's in trouble for this. Undying is going to get killed, but obviously Tiny exchange. Sammy Boy's caught in the mist, popping Shadow Dance. He needs to get out. Well, they kill Beastmaster. Tiny bites back, so does the Beastmaster, but Juggernaut's still dead for 8 more seconds. Not going to be a tier 3 tower kill just yet, though. Fighting Pepegas will look to reset. They are down a man themselves with Undying. Yeah, Juggernaut is back up now, so as unfortunate as that maybe was, it's done.
Yeah, I mean, and they defended racks and stuff, like, but unfortunately they lost the lead they once had, or they kind of, now it's gone back to 9k now. But I mean, they showed it before though, that even though they had 9k down, as long as Slark fight and BKB, they can still do a lot of work in these team fights. But yeah, just small misplays from the side of Team Plus actually really hurting them. Like that team fight down mid, where I think they probably should have stayed with the Slark. Obviously the Jug down bottom, clear misplay, and these small things do add up and show the kind of difference in caliber between the teams. But they're still not out of it though. For sure, they're still not out of it.
No, certainly not. I mean, the Slark, always got to be worried about him somewhat as far as scaling goes. Of course, again, plus 10 agility. I mean, that's considering it's been a game where his team's been behind for a lot of it and maybe didn't have the greatest of starts. The fact that he has plus 10 agility is pretty good. So he's going to continue to use that.
And you just sort of see the impact that the Slark needs to have, right? So there's 14 kills for the side of Team. Slark's been in 13 of them. There's 1 kill he wasn't involved in. Kind of impact, every kind of play all revolves around this Slark, really. As we see Juggernaut get out, but the Courier will be fine as well. But yeah, so I mean, this game is kind of completely on Sammy Boy, but he's doing well now. He's getting a Basher as well. The Basher will help because the Diffusal Blade was kind of, it was good when he got it, but now people are still kind of able to withstand and still run away from him. But with the Basher as well, it'll be even harder and stuff. So.
And you're also level 20 now on, well, now 21 on Wraith King, so he's got that talent. That's not a concern anymore if it was. The mana cost on the Reincarnation there. Triple Bracer on Undying. He's just bulking up as much as he can.
Yeah, that's maxed out for an Undying player right there.
Yeah.
Free Bracer. That's the way I was going to get. As we see, actually, they're going to catch Wyvern. They had the wood in the base. Can they land the stun? Oh, stun missed, but they're still going to go.
Nice curse there. Cold Embrace. I can't get it off.
First hit bash from the Wraith King, actually. Wyvern actually had Cold Embrace. Couldn't get it off, though, because he bashed first time. And as we see Tiny, he's trying to push out the waves.
Yeah, Sonic's doing a good job of that. Yeah, you see Bottom Jenkins is going to get out, too. The last game, though, on the Magnus, even when they were so far behind, he kept pushing out the lane, so he's making it a point.
And they need to do this, though, right? There's like the only Blink Dagger for at the draft as well. They need to kind of abuse they have 3 tanky cores, yes, but they're quite immobile, and this kind of split push with Juggernaut, with Slark as well, catching heroes like this Undying by himself. This is good. Like, they need to kind of widen the map. And by doing this, they will get free pickoffs like this on the Undying. And actually, they might catch the Wraith King as well, perhaps.
Now he goes down elsewhere to Sammy Boy, but I'm looking at the top lane. Tiny's going to go down. So 1-for-1 exchange up here, and now Sammy Boy, is he think about trying to turn? I mean, his teammates are leaving him, so yeah, he needs to get out of here. Wraithfire Blast.
He doesn't have a TP either.
He doesn't have a BKB.
There's no TP, though.
Oh, boy. That's, yeah, he just has to use both big cooldowns. Bryle, if he catches him with an X, he's in trouble. Pounce, he's trying to TP.
Yeah, he bought a TP from the side shot. Oh, man. Not having a TP on him to start with. He had to get to the side shop and then TP, and the BKB was run out by that time, so. Little mistakes, man.
He's out for a minute. Oh,
yeah, they're gonna tape top racks. There's no buyback either. Yeah, this rack is gone, man. Jenkins is going to try and cut away, but the wave's already in his base, man. This rack is gone.
A good point is being brought up. I didn't realize at the top that you could see he is a gold Slark, so to answer the question earlier, Yamsun, yeah, he took a lot of damage, but he does TP back to base. Obviously, Sammy Boy has played Slark plenty, but Abaddon, he's fine. The curse happening onto him. They want this Rax. Abaddon is going to sacrifice himself to get it. Eternal Envy probably. Well, I guess teammates are coming. They want to fight this. Here comes Bryle, the Omni Slash. It's just really on Abaddon, though. It's a lot of damage. It's not going to kill him, though. And now he's in a bad position. Oh, no. Juggernaut. That's a feels bad, man. You get that Omni Slash off, thinking you're going to be a ton of damage, which it was, but it puts him in a horrible spot. He's out for 70 now. And Tiny went in trying to save the day, trying to kill Moomiander, but that's still not going to happen either. They're getting desperate for this Abaddon kill, and nobody can get a Sammy Boy's also locked down to death.
That's game, basically. No buyback on Stark again. Well, they don't have waves, actually, but, I mean, this mid lane is eventually going to push in. And it looks like they can cut through section with Curse of Ernest anyway, so that'll be fun.
Godzi is
gonna try and catch bot.
Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Hunt him down. Snaking wants
They are
it.
killing the environment. Could be destroying all these trees. Save the planet, man.
All right. Well, yeah. Team Plus, the valiant effort. Certainly made things pretty interesting in this game too, but I mean, you see the dip right here on the 24-minute mark. It dropped down to about a 4K, 3K net worth lead even. But fighting Pepegas never lost the lead. They got it early and they just continued with it.
Yeah, it's a shame. I really think Radiant had a chance to win this game though. It's definitely a big X factor, but there was maybe a slight misplays individually, and Pepegas played great in terms of like the way they moved around the map and things like that. But I think this game was definitely winnable. But in the end, I mean, Pepegas just seemed again another team very strong from NA. Actually, I know there was a lot of kind of decisions whether 3 slots on NA is too much, and considering EU only had 2, but NA still showing pretty strong region though, you know, and this is without we haven't seen EG, we haven't seen J Storm and stuff. So NA, you know, these 3 slots might be definitely warranted actually considering.
I'm sure chat will all agree on that one. God's
Kakona boys, Kakona in the chat.
Okay, they gave it to them for a reason, so. Yeah.
I mean, it kind of makes sense though. Like if you think about it, like so the top 3 of TI last year are not going to participate in this major, right? Who are all EU, like Secret, Liquid.
It shows that
well,
Valve is willing to adapt throughout the cycles, which I like. They didn't go into the season and be like, okay, this is how many each region's getting. No matter what, that's just what it's going to be. They're obviously willing to adapt. I doubt this is going to be the case in the following cycles. If it is, then maybe the debate could be brought up. But I don't
maybe like the next cycle perhaps. But this one, I think it makes sense to have 3 NA to be honest, and that's coming from an EU fanboy. So Moon, it's going to be fun. It's too tanky.
Yeah, we're seeing maybe not the overtime phase just yet, but. Obviously, fighting Pepegas is in a very, very good spot. You have Roshan. Tier 2 is up, but they don't care about him right now. They want this tiny kill, which they're going to get. Again, the Curse of Avernus just adds up, and once he gets those max stacks, Sammy Boy's just trying. Oh boy, he's going to BKB TP in front. They do kill Undying, thanks to the Curse, but that means his death as well. There you go. And now they're going to the Roshan pit, so they're going to make Roshan happen. This one should be pretty free, especially with Wyvern currently dead, and even if he buys back his Curse on cooldown. So now you have an Aegis and Cheese to deal with. Slark is just going to push out the mid lane meanwhile. Do what he can, but with already the top and the middle racks down, find a Pepegas, I'm sure going to make sure the lanes are pushed in and then go from there. I mean, this Juggernaut, he's not under-farmed. He's certainly pretty good. He's got the full Mjolnir. He's got the Manta style. When he presses R, it is some good damage. But as we saw in the previous fight, you got to be careful with that sometimes.
There's no Magnus this game, unfortunately, Brokey.
Yeah.
There's no big RP to be land, but I mean, it all depends really on this lock. Like, if you can get kind of like 3 kind of. But you're seeing Pepegas did like a great job though. Like they picked up 2 halberds now. Like, and I mentioned how strong of that I'm in. Like, Slut can't auto attack. The hero is useless, and obviously he's fighting into Radiance as well from Wraith King. So there's a lot of miss and a lot of kind of blocked auto attacks that he's going to struggle. But they're going to actually try and base race a little bit. Jug's pushing top, but fight's going on bot.
Yeah, Tiny's just dead. I mean, Juggy's going to have to TP back. Yeah, okay, well, they're going to kill Jakiro, who had the Aegis.
That's so smart, man. That's genius.
You see Godzi's like, wait, who does that?
That's so smart, man. Like, because they know that he's the only one that can.
Yeah.
That's genius. I love that.
It is. They saw that coming from a mile away. The 5-head moment right there.
Oh, Jenkins, as well as Juggernaut, actually. They were going for a base race. Jug does TP back.
Oh, wow. Okay, he actually did stay. I thought he was already TP back earlier, but he certainly did some damage up there. So Yamsum trying to give his team hope and giving him a good shot, I suppose, but Sammy Boy just caught and he cannot move. He buys back. Has that going for him. Everyone is here, though, for the dire side. Sammy Boy will catch up to Kunkka. Has to reset on the Essence shift, of course, but now he gets combo locked down again. And he's out with no buyback this time around. So valiant effort once again for Team Plus, but the fighting Pepegas too strong. They're going to take game 2 and the series 2-0.
Sure. I mean, definitely a closer series in the last one, but still perhaps a slight difference in skill level, and the result is as expected, I guess. But good games nonetheless, though.
They were.
Pepegas as well as Quincy Crew. Are they going to face each other next, or do you know when they? Not
next. I mean, obviously every team plays each other in the same group, so they will play each other. That's certainly one of the more hyped matches. In fact, now that you mention that, do they play today? No, those 2 teams play tomorrow against each other.
Right.
Pepegas versus Quincy Crew. Yeah, that's a tomorrow match. But our next match that is set up is Team Named, the team we saw earlier against Quincy Crew. They're going up against Demon Slayers. It's going to be the debut of Demon Slayers here in the group stages. You're looking at a roster of Costabile, Francis Lee, several other players, according to Wikipedia, don't have a player profile. So, again, kind of a mixture there. Several big names, certainly, but curious to see what they can do as well. So,
thanks for having me though. Unfortunately, I can't do any.
all right.
Casting the two with you has been thoroughly enjoying. It's good to bring back the old days, you know.
Always fun, man. Always fun. Well, if you're gonna hop off now, perhaps can have you on tomorrow if you'll be back then. But
yeah, might be maybe on tomorrow.
All
Be
right.
good. Be good. But you know, shout out for having me. Shout out to my YouTube channel just while I'm here. Mini TV on YouTube. Did little videos from Dota and educational things like that. But other than that, Braggy, thanks for having me, man. I enjoyed it.
no problem. Thanks for joining. Again, that was Minnie. You can check him out as mentioned. As far as myself, guys, we still got a lot more Dota. We still got 3 more 2-game series that are going to be happening. I'm going to be with you at the very least throughout the night, casting some North American Dota, some great action here. And like I said, our next match will be Team Named versus Demon Slayers. So that should be a fun one. That's going to be coming up next. Lobby's being created. Stay tuned. We'll be back with that series.